Hi. Listen, we just want to know if this is something that you might want to listen to. So my name's Leslie, and I own Wellness Define. It's an online fitness and yoga and meditation community. And this is my daughter, Jennifer, one of my daughters.
Hello.
So we are wanting to create podcasts, and why would you want to listen or watch us? Okay, so for me, I want to bring into this for podcasts a lot of what my vision is. And so my vision is, and this is the vision of Wellness Defined, to inspire myself and others to live their best life. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and physically. Okay? And that is my mission. That is my vision. That's what I do for myself, and that's how I want to share what I do and what my passions are with the world. That's why I do the fitness and the yoga and run retreats and do the meditation. And in that, I also, I learned so much about myself, because I can't inspire you unless I'm inspired myself. So fast forward here, I've had about 15 years of my own personal growth and my own personal journey. And I'm at a place in my life where I am incredibly happy and peaceful within myself. And it doesn't mean, everything is perfect in my world around me, because it's absolutely not. But I have found that space, and I want to share that. And so when I share things, right, I have a small following of people who are like, yeah, either I feel the same, or I want to feel the same, and I want to follow her. But I know there's a huge viewers out there who are like, yeah, must be nice. That is not how the rest of the world sees it, right? Is it through rose-colored glasses, maybe? Some people are thinking, or get your head out of the sand. Like, that's not your reality. And so when you go on a spiritual path, there is this, love and light everything, right? And so in loving and lighting everything, you bypass, it's called a spiritual bypass, you bypass the real work, like the uncomfortable stuff. And so I know that it appears to a lot of people that that's what I do. However, I've gone through a lot of that, where I've had to sit in my shit for many, many times. But that's behind the scenes. That's the stuff I've done to get to this point. So I don't feel like I've loved and lighted. Anyway, I have 3 daughters, and this is one of them. So Jennifer. And I always call her, anybody who's done my retreats or my classes, my greatest teacher. All of my 3 daughters have been amazing teachers, but Jen in particular, because she has over the years called me on my shit. Big time shit. Okay, in the depth of my really trying to figure out who I am after, divorcing their father and not having a clue who I am, but knowing who I want to be. So 15 years ago, would have made you, 15? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I'm trying to be a better person. And she's like, 15, 16-year-old daughter, Mom, you're so judgmental. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Right? And of course, the more I was, no, I'm not, in my voice, the more I realized, damn it, she's right. But I needed to still defend that, because it was something I was working on, and it hurt my feelings. But it triggered me. Absolutely, it triggered me. And it was like, right? So meditation, I had to sit with that. Is she right? Is there a part of her that's right? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I've worked through a lot of that. Not that I'm never judgmental, of course. I mean, I'm human.
We all are.
Yeah. But I've worked on it. I know that. I see that. And it's because she called me on it. And not only because she called me on it, but because I was willing to sit with it and see it. Okay. Now, over the years, Jen's made other comments, but in this ability for me to sit with it, I've also been able to like be honest, like, is there some truth to that, and shine some light on me? And if there is, then I will work on that. That's mine, and I get to work on it, and it's not comfortable. It sucks, but it's mine, and I will work on it. And there's other times that I'm like, no, this isn't mine. That's her shit. That's hers. But as a mother, we take that also. It might be her shit, but what role did I play in it? Guilt, all of that heavy lower energies, guilt, doubt, second guessing, what did I do to create this? Rabbit hole stuff. That's not mine. I'm working with mine. I can't help her with hers. And that, of course, as a mother, I want to help her. I want to, I want to fix her. And it's not my job to fix her. It's my job to bring her into this world. And it's my job to support her. So in my growth, I had to let go. And that's why she's been one of my biggest teachers, because, and I'm probably going to cry here, because there was a point in our life, maybe I want to say after you turned 18, 19, 20. I feared I was going to lose her. And by lose her, that, in many different ways. Lose her as in death, right? Maybe some of the decisions she was making scared the hell out of me, and I was waiting for that call or that knock on my door. But also lose her because I didn't know what to do. I don't know how to help her. And I'm going to lose her. And I'd see that she'd be gone. She's far away from me and even her sisters. And so this is the journey for me. The spiritual journey is being able to surrender that and let go. And that was some painful stuff, that maybe is for another time. But it's what I had to go through. And she's been my greatest teacher in that sense. And so not only in that letting go and surrendering, but I've also realized that my role as her mother is to just simply support her and accept her and be there, let her fall, watch her fall, just send her love and be there when she reaches out to me to help her. And so, that's why I feel that this podcast can be very powerful, because just backtrack to what I said. A lot of people listen to what I say when I do my tap-ins and, put myself out there, like, it just must be nice. Just must be nice. And it is nice to feel some peace in this world and in my life. But Jennifer comes from a whole completely different space, and she writes the most beautiful, heart-wrenching poetry and, I don't know, little stories, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Poetry. I guess it's poetry, and it comes from a place of being broken, a place of I don't know. She can talk about that a little more, but it's so different from where I am, and I believe that in a podcast between me and you, is I can shine some light on how I see things, but she can shine some light on, no, this is what people who struggle, who can't even see the light, are coming from. Because when you read her poetry, it's gut-wrenching. I don't understand it, but I know a lot of other people do understand it and relate to it. And I feel like she's the voice for people who can't see the light.
I feel like I can see and understand the light, but there's more comfort in the darkness. More passion. The last time I felt alive was, that's what you hang on to when you write, when you feel things. You're hanging on to your life and your passion and what makes you kick and what makes you spin. And I don't feel welcome in the light. I'm safe in my darkness. I'm safe in my crippling. I'm in somewhat control of it, and what people are thinking of me, I've already heard it all. It's 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 a place where I hide, and I have hidden for a long time, I think. So it's not that I don't see the light, but I roll my eyes at the light. I would never feel the way I feel here that I do in the light, because I don't feel like I belong there. I don't feel like I'm I feel like I'm making a negative presence on the light, not bringing more light into it.
So, do you feel more comfortable in the darkness than you do in the light?
Yes. I I also feel more comfortable with the people in the darkness than the people in the light. I can feel what they're feeling on a more relatable basis than just an understanding of, yeah, you might be happy, but like, I don't feel that happy. There's always, I'm happy, but, or when will this end, or why does this come back even though I thought I got over it? There's always something that brings me back to the darkness or away from the light. And I feel like as I grew up, the world kind of darkened my light. So that was a place that I was able to hide without being judged or feeling like I was being judged. And I think I stay there now because it's the last time I felt alive. It's the light to me is not really light. The light to me is scary. It's all the people that have ever looked down on me. It's all the stories and judgments and things that I was always told I wouldn't be, and now I don't believe I will be, and I just don't think I belong there. I don't. I don't. I don't trust people. It's people.
So, can I ask you, when you do your writing, because it is from a very dark place often, is that when you're in that dark place?
Coming out of it.
Mm.
Most of my deep writing comes after I have been in a really dark place. And I'm very irritable. I'm very angry. I don't like going out. I don't like being talked to. I don't answer my messages. I sit in the dark in my house, blinds drawn, doing nothing. And I write because I need to feel it and express it. I don't want pity for my writing either. It's not, it's okay to feel. down. It's okay to admit and know that you're going through something. But that's another thing from the light, too, is pity. People feel bad for you. Why are you feeling this way? You could do so much to get out of it. And probably they're right. I've tried multiple things, some things that have worked, some things that haven't. And I guess what I want to get from this is to learn how to get out of my own way and relearn how to trust people and realize that not everybody is out there to knock me down.
Thank you for that. Um, and I would like to say that when I've shared your writings, your poetry with others, the response is like, wow. And it's helpful to so many other people who feel the same way that don't know how to put it into words. And as much as I teach the light, and I know I have a gift for that, I can't teach that darkness. But you can. And I mean, here's the yin and the yang, here's the polarity, here's the light and the darkness. Something else you said is that you do your best writing when you're coming out of the darkness. Yet when you get into the light, that's you gotta go back.
Yeah.
So it's like this internal explanation of trying to get out of the darkness, but not even being comfortable in the light.
I think, something that I've really been working on is, I think, though, too, darkness and light have very positive or negative connotations or expectations. And I don't think the darkness is as dark as we make it. And I don't think being in the light is the only way to be successful. I think people flourish in different areas depending on where they are and how they respond and they react. And certain people need to be filled more with a little bit more darkness than light in order to do certain jobs. And some people need to be filled with more light than darkness in order to do certain jobs. And we need all of that for the world to go around. There's someone being a kindergarten teacher is probably filled with more lightness, more just, they're not weighed down by too much. They want to be around kids. They're usually more happy. They have that personality. Someone working in a psychiatric hospital is probably more hardened, more, they use their darkness in order to proceed in their life and also help the people they're around. I think you have to find the tools to sharpen what you have instead of trying to go somewhere you don't belong. And that's hard when not everybody belongs in the same place and we're all trying to give each other advice on how to be happy, but everyone's happy is different.
Okay. Whoa. I completely agree with you. And and you know what? I think we end this on that note because my question was, is this something you want to see more of? Because in that, what you just said, Jen, there was a whole bunch that came up for me that I'm like, I totally agree with you. However, I also see it this way. So this is what our podcast wants to be. Lightness, darkness, yin, yang, polarities, the similarities. As different as we are and as different as we see the world, we can also come together as two souls who have the most amazing conversations. And that's what we want to share. I want to see if this is something you want to see more of. So respond, let us know, let me know.
And what kind of topics, if you want us to discuss, what you would like to hear about, what you want us to get into more. Yeah, what do you think?
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
You.
Namaste from the light.